you doing? My name is John and welcome to my NEStalgiaholic channel. This episode I'll be reviewing Funhouse the board game by Pressman. Came out in 1988 based on the TV game show, which was lasted for about 3 seasons. Let's open this up, take a look what's all inside, and I'll explain to you how this game actually plays. Okay, here's the box. First and foremost, I loved this game show along with Double Dare and a lot of the other classic game shows geared for kids during this era. And I believe the first couple seasons, it was on air from 1988 to 1991. But the first couple seasons, it was syndicated on multiple different stations. And I believe Fox eventually picked it up for the last season. This is based on the hilarious action-packed TV stunt show of Thrills, Skills, and Spills. This is by Pressman. Interesting, Pressman's still around as a company today. They've been making toys since the early 1900s, I believe like mid-1920s. They actually worked with Disney quite a bit, and with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, they actually had made the toys for that back in the 30s. Kind of interesting. So the company's been around for a while. They've been making a lot of board games, a lot of children's toys. This is one of them. Let's open up. Actually, before we open it, let me show you the back. Kind of see what it's all about. You can see there's 12 different games, and I'll explain to you kind of how these games play. But it's really interesting because there's multiple games within each of the pieces they give you. They kind of do a good job at doing that. There's the board game itself. They got the players. Game people play together. Games people play together. That's kind of the slogan right there. And on the side, you got some more pictures. Let's open this up, see what's inside. Of course, you have the board game itself with pictures from the TV show. Remember, there was this part of the game where they had to collect flags, different color flags, and they would get cash and different prizes and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. This is made for a group game, so I believe it's 4 teams, but there's multiple players on each team. Here's the instructions, which is always important to have when you have a board game like this. These are just different game pieces. I'll show you how those kind of work. This is the questions that you ask. You can see they're in red, so the answer is hidden, and you have to move this special indicator to show you the answer. Okay, let me ask you a question, trivia question real quick. In The Ugly Duckling, what did the ugly duckling grow up to be? Any guesses? Well, we can go up here and look. A swan. That's the answer. Okay? Let me put this game together and kind of show you how it all works and how the game's played and all that good stuff. Here's the board itself. It's very easy to set up. All you need really is the board and the player pieces. I'm missing one. You can play up to 4 players, but ideally you're supposed to have 2 to 3 players on each team. And you move clockwise. There's no die in this game. You don't roll dice. So that's kind of interesting. So in order to move, you have to pass the game essentially. So if you land on question time, you got to answer the questions, which I just showed you how that works with the red thing. You got hot shot, donut toss. There's 12 mini games within the game itself. You have to pass those in order to move forward. And every time, each game explains to you how many spaces you can move. The opposite of the game is to go around clockwise and all the way around back to the finish, and whoever finishes wins the game. Now that you know the object of the game and how it plays, now I'm going to show you all the individual mini games and how they play. Okay, the first mini game is called Amazing Maze. You have these marbles, and the object is to get the marbles to the finish line here without falling in the holes. For every marble you can do that for, you move 1 space. If you don't move, if all the marbles fall through the holes and you don't get any marbles in the finish, you get skipped a turn and you got to wait for all the other teams to go before you can play again. So let me try this and see how I do. See how hard this really is. So start. Okay, it's kind of like a labyrinth here. Oh, that's just easy. So I would have gotten 1 move. What I want to show you is donut toss. Basically, you take the bottom of the Amazing Maze, and you have this blue donut toss looking thing here, and you have this crazy catapult. And what you would do is you have these 5 rubber rings, and the instructions say, this is kind of confusing, the instructions read, according to what I'm reading on the instructions, is that every team gets an opportunity to play the game. So if I land on donut toss, I have my 5 chances, then the other teams have 5 chances as well. That doesn't really make sense. I think it'd be better if you just take turns as far as I do this, then it's the next team to go for their shot and where they landed, right? So I don't know. But here's what you do. You have to be 6 feet apart, 6 inches apart rather, and you have a crazy catapult, and you gotta land these rings onto this, which is too strong. And for every one that you land, you get 1 space. See if we can do this. Nope. It's all tricky on timing and how far you have to, how much pressure you have to land on this thing. There you go. I landed it. So I moved 1 spot. Next game is called Trashketball, and you basically take the back side of donut toss. You have a new bottom piece here. They have a orange ring here. You still have your crazy catapult. You just take the trash, crumple it up. You get it 6 inches away. And you got to make the hoop. You got 4 tries every time you make it. From the hoop in the ring, you get 1 move. Okay, I've been doing this for a while, and I determined that it's near impossible to get the paper trash in the hoop using the catapult. So I'm going to change the rules a little bit and just shoot it like that. There you go, that's 1 spot. Next one is called Hot Shot. You have this little skee ball looking thing here. Your score, 3 in the middle, it's the highest one. 1's on the outside, 2's in the inner circle. And the object is you have 5 tries to catapult your marbles in there. All 3 teams play. Whatever team gets the highest score, it goes 3 spaces. Second place goes 2 spaces. Last place goes 1 space. Let's see how this does. Oops. So I got 2. Nothing. Another 2. Way too hard. Way too hard. So it's kind of tricky. You gotta kind of determine how much force you put on the catapult. Next game is Pocket Pool. So basically the way you set this up is you use catapult, you put it upside down like so. You have this new funnel you put upside down. This is the back side of the donut toss and front side of the hoop one, which I just showed you. And the object is you have 5 marbles, 5 tries, and the object is to get, there's points. Got 1, 2, and 3. So same thing as before, you get 5 tries, whatever team gets the highest point total goes 3 spaces, second place goes 2 spaces, and first or last place goes 1 space. So let's try this. There's nothing. Now you can aim something like this. So that'll be 1 point. Be 2. And nothing. So right now I just got 3 points. Next game is kind of similar to Pocket Pool. It's called Bagel Roll. You take the rubber rings, and you have these areas right here. You have 3, 2, 1, 1. The object is to roll your ring, see where it lands. That would be a 3 because the majority of it is on here. It's wherever the majority is. Same thing, team gets the highest points because there's no spots. That would be nothing. That's nothing. You can adjust this same thing too. That's a 1. It landed in the 1 area. Next game is called Boppin Bowling. And after this, you flip over this thing and you have these 6 different stand things that you have to set up. And you have several tries, couple tries each team, and whoever can knock down the most pins wins the challenge. So let's try it. So I got down to 3. Knocked them all. 6. So if you ties, you continue going until you have a tiebreaker. Next game is called Down the Tubes. This is how you set it up. You have a funnel. You also have this golf club here, and this is the bottom of the maze. You have this long tube. You have a marble. You have 3 chances. Your object is to roll it down and get in the funnel. You have 3 chances to do it. You can move the funnel around, adjust it after each turn, try to make it easier for you. But every one you get in, you move 1 spot. Let's give it a shot. There you go, first time. Next game is called Super Silly Skill Ball. Similar idea, you have 5 balls, marbles to try this, and it's just basically the same kind of game as before with a hot shot. This time you're using the ramp. Whoever gets the most point total after 5 tries gets first. They move 3 spots. Second place moves 2 spots. Last place moves 1. Give it a shot. Oh. Now they're just getting crazy. It's called Hoopla. Same kind of set. Now we just have a hoop And now we have the pins, so now obviously to knock down as many pins as possible in 3 tries. Whatever team gets the most pins knocked down gets first. It's a good thing they don't have you light the hoop on fire. That'd be even more crazy. There you go. You guys can get the idea. Next game is called Hole in One. You have a putter. You get the idea. You have to hit the hole in one. You got 5 tries. For every hole in one you get move 1 spot. Tricky thing is you have this line here. It kind of gets in the way, so I'm not quite sure how that works. So the ball. The ball doesn't want to set up. Yay, got it. The very last game is called Looney Line, and it's similar to golf. You're supposed to line the marbles here. So you're supposed to hit them, and how many, you have 5 tries, as many marbles you can line up is as many moves that you move. There you go. There's 1. So guys, in conclusion, Funhouse it's an okay game. It's not the best board game growing up, for sure. The thing about the game is the mini games, the 12 games, even though there are 12 mini games included, they all get kind of very repetitive and they're very similar as far as setup and stuff. But it does kind of remind me of Mousetrap and the whole setup and all that good stuff. So it's a decent game. Definitely not my favorite growing up, but it's decent. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you soon. Take care.